Welcome to Smart Investing Nigeria.
So, you've probably heard it a million times, right? The stock market is this super complicated thing, full of jargon and charts that only a math genius could understand. But what if I told you the real secret to smart investing isn't about complexity at all? What if it's just a simple shift in how you see things? Today, we're going to strip it all back to one core idea that could totally change the game for you. Let's dive in.
First, let's just get right to the big, scary question that everyone wonders about. Why do so many people actually lose money in the stock market?
You might think it's because the market's rigged or it's just too confusing. But honestly, the answer is way simpler than that. The problem isn't the market. It's because they're thinking about it all wrong.
All right, so this wrong way of thinking, it actually has a name. We call it the gambler's mindset. And believe me, it's the #1 trap that beginners fall into. So first things first, let's figure out what it looks like so we know exactly what to avoid.
So, what does this gambler's mindset feel like in the real world? Oh, you know the feeling. It's that frantic rush. You're just trying to make a quick buck. Maybe a friend tells you, or you see something online screaming, "Hey, this stock is about to pop!" And you get that FOMO, that fear of missing out, right? You think, I gotta buy in before it's too late. And bam, you're clicking buy without even really knowing what you just bought.
And that right there, that's the whole problem in a nutshell. They chase hype, they act out of fear, and let's be real, they're not investing, they are gambling. Okay, so enough about the wrong way. What's the right way to think? What if I told you there's one single idea that changes everything? This is the core revelation, the big aha moment. And it's this: a stock is a business.
Yep, that's it. Seriously, forget all the flashing charts and the weird 3-letter codes for just a minute. A stock isn't just some blip on a screen you buy and sell. When you buy a stock, you are literally buying a tiny piece of a real company. You become a part owner.
Let me make this super clear with a simple story. Just imagine there are two shops right next to each other on a street. The first one? It's always packed. You see customers going in and out, people are buying things, money is clearly being made. But the shop right next door, it's a ghost town. No customers, no sales. It's pretty obvious that business is struggling.
Okay, so if you had some of your own hard-earned money to invest, and you had to pick one of those two shops, which one would you put your money into?
The busy one, right? I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's active, it's making money, it's got a future. It's just common sense.
And here's the kicker. That simple, real-world logic you just used, that's it. That is exactly how smart investors think. They're not looking for a winning lottery ticket. They're looking for the busy shops.
Okay, so that's a great idea, but how do we actually do that? Well, let's turn this into a super practical tool you can start using like today. It's your new framework for making decisions.
From now on, before you even think about buying a stock, you're going to ask yourself these 4 simple questions. First, what does this company actually do? Can you explain it simply? If not, stay away. Second, do people use it every day? Is it something people need? Because businesses that sell things people rely on all the time are incredibly stable. Third, and this one's a biggie, is it making money? You want to own a piece of a business that's winning, not one that's just barely hanging on. And finally, the ultimate gut check. If this business was a local shop down my street, would I actually put my own money into it? That question right there brings it all back to reality.
Look, if you can go through that list and honestly answer yes to those questions, then you're on the right track. It's that simple. You've just made the leap from thinking like a gambler to thinking like an investor.
All right, so we've talked a lot of theory, but knowing this stuff is one thing. Doing it is another. So let's actually put this into practice. Right now, let's talk about your first smart move.
I've got a little assignment for you. Don't worry, it's easy. As you go about your day today, I just want you to look around. And I want you to spot 5 businesses that you see people using all the time. Think about the really obvious stuff. The bank you use, the company that made the cement in the buildings around you, the food brands in your kitchen, your phone company. Just notice them and jot them down.
You see, that simple exercise, looking at the world as a bunch of real working businesses instead of just a list of stock symbols, that's the whole foundation. This is how smart investors see the world.
And you know what the best part is? From this moment on, this is how you're going to start thinking too.